And I just wanted to go over the topics that I want to speak about today. Uh, it's four things that I wanted to talk about that's important in a relationship. The first is energy, the exchange, supporting or being supportive, and motivating. The first being energy. This is really important in a relationship, which we don't always focus on. It's just the energy that we provide in a relationship. Because a lot of times you're either going to be a energy giver or energy taker. And this is really important when you're looking at being in a productive relationship. Because the energy that you give, it could be the energy to either push the person to that next level or keep that person at that level, or you can even bring them down by taking their energy. And that's really important because when you're thinking about it, when you're looking at energy, your thoughts, the way you think of this person, the things that you want for this person, what you see this person doing, that is the energy that you're bringing off when you're looking at being in a relationship with a person. And when I'm saying relationships, it doesn't always have to be a, boyfriend, girlfriend, or I love you relationship, because this is just speaking about relationships in general. Because if you have the thoughts in your head where you're thinking about, hey, I don't think this person ever is going to make it. I don't think this person is capable of doing what I feel like he can do. And that's the key thing, is what I can do. And you have to remember that it's not about you. It's about what this person is trying to do. So you have to watch your thoughts, because your thoughts brings the energy to that person. And the person will wonder, like, why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel like, why am I not motivated to go after my dreams? Because the person that you're in a relationship with and that you're sharing your time and your values and goals and things of that sort, they're not bringing the same energy to your goals and what you want to be in life. So that's very important. Focus on the energy that you're bringing to the relationship. The next thing I want to talk about is the exchange. The exchange is very important because in any relationship, there's going to be some type of exchange. And the thing about it is that you have to be okay with what you are exchanging with this person. Just say, for example, a few different exchanges. It could be a sexual exchange. And in this sexual exchange, you have to make sure that you're getting what you want out of this if it's a sexual exchange. Are you the one pleasing this person? Are they pleasing you? Are you pleasing each other? That's important. And if it's one way or the other, you have to be okay with that exchange. It may be a monetary exchange where you helping each other monetarily. You might have the money some days, she might have the money someday. You have to be okay with that exchange, because it's going to be a situation where someone is going to be benefited more than the other, because that's just life. There's usually not an even exchange, especially when you're speaking monetarily. So you have to say, okay, am I okay with the exchange that I'm getting? Because especially on the monetarily side, you might have a person that they might not be able to monetarily do an even exchange, but they may be able to give you the love that you need in the exchange. And not just saying exchanging your money for the love, but that may be all that they have. Like you said, you heard the song before, I have nothing but love for you, baby. And that's maybe what a person they might be only be able to offer their love, their support, their guidance, their their comfort, their being there, them being your company. That may be the only thing that they can be able to provide for you. So be cautious of the exchange and make sure that the exchange that you're getting is what you want. Because so often in relationships, people start a relationship and they're making exchanges. It's not the exchange that they want, but they're trying to motivate their partner to give them the exchange that they do want, or trying to change their partner to get them the exchange that they want. But that is that is something where I feel like it's another hang up in relationships, where be okay with the exchange that you have, and the relationship can be okay, can be better and flourish because you're focusing on what you're getting, focusing on what you're giving, and you're okay with that. But we can elaborate on that in another time. But like I said, I'm just kind of touching on different things, different topics as we go on. The next topic is being supporting and supportive. This kind of ties in to what I spoke about earlier about energy, because when you're being when you're supporting and supportive, this means that you are basically supporting your person that you're in a relationship, their actual vision, and not getting caught up into what it is that you feel like you want for the person, or what you feel like this person is capable of, or what you feel like this person can do or do for you. Because people a lot of times get that confused with being supportive. For example, if this person, if their goal is to make $30,000 a year, live in an apartment, pay their bills, and that's what their goal is, a lot of times we feel like we're not supporting them if we're helping them with that goal. A lot of times we say, hey, I feel like this person can do more, so I'm going to scrap what they're trying to do and I'm going to motivate them to do XYZ. And that's your strategy, but I'm speaking from my opinion, and I haven't did any studies on this, so it's just all opinion based. I feel like that brings a lot of unnecessary pressure on the person, and it also brings it can depress a person because they feel like you're making this person feel like what they're trying to do is not important, or feel like their dreams or their aspirations are not up to par when it's their life. You have to remember that everyone wants different things out of life. So in a relationship, this is important to be supportive and supporting of what the person that you're in a relationship is trying to do. Because everyone wants different things out of life. And if so many times we put our own visions and try to live vicariously through people, when being supportive and supporting what they're trying to actually do, it'll be amazing what that person can actually do once they're supported on what they're looking to do and what they're trying to do in life. Because like I say, everyone wants things differently, and I feel like that's one of the biggest things with this world that we live in now, is that everyone feels like how they think should be pushed on others. And what you think is just what you think. Just like how I'm speaking now, it's a thought, it's a thing. I'm not trying to push my beliefs on you. Just letting you know how I feel about how I feel about in this particular situation, relationships. And if you do feel the same way, that's great, and we can always collaborate and speak more on it. But that's the key, is just being supportive and supporting. The next subject is motivating. This kind of ties everything into each other, because that actually goes with energy exchange, supporting and being supportive. When you're motivating a person with their vision and what they're trying to do in life, and not what you're trying to do. So, for example, when you're looking at motivating a person, you're not looking at the what you feel like this person should be at this time, or what you feel like you want for their life. You're looking at what steps have they taken towards their goals. So, for example, if a person takes small steps towards that big goal that they're trying to do, motivating is just keeping them, pushing them along, and just like I said, being supportive and just motivating. Like, hey, you know, You didn't have a job last year. This year you do have a job. That's great. Hey, you might not have saved all the money that you said you was gonna do. You might not have bought the new car that you said you was gonna buy. You might not have had your savings where you need to be. But it's a small step from, from last year, months ago, things of that sort. So hey, kudos to you for taking that small step. Not saying you are where you need to be, but being a motivator is recognizing the person that you're in a relationship, recognizing where they are, and just giving them praise for that small step that they made toward that goal, and showing and just seeing the change, because that was one of the biggest things, in my relationship as well. Um, you know, when I was in a relationship, I can admit it, I wasn't the best at these things. So now looking back and having to go through being without her for over a year now, and just dating and dealing with people, being a single parent, just seeing how those things are important when you are in a relationship with a person, because now, like you say, the shoe is on the other foot, as per se. And that is so important, that you motivate a person to make sure that, and that's keeping them on their track, not on your track. Because the thing about it is that if you love someone, you have a vision of what this person can be doing, and you have a bar where you feel like they should be. But you have to always keep in mind, what are they trying to do? What are their goals? What are they trying to do? Because a lot of times, once you can motivate a person towards their goals, you will start seeing that they will go above and beyond what they even thought they can do, or maybe even what you thought they can do. So that is really important, to make sure that you're motivating the person that you're in a relationship with, making sure that even to the point where they may have a workout goal. They might be, this is kind of high, but just say, for example, if the person's 200 pounds, they might have lost 5 pounds, but their goal may be 50 pounds. If they lost 5 pounds, that's something to celebrate. Even if that's the only thing that they lost in a year, when say, hey, you're supposed to lost 50 pounds in a year. You only lost 5 pounds. You went towards that goal. So that means you were 10% towards the goal. Not saying that you hit the mark, or that that's good that you was that far away from your goal, because that means you're 90% away from the goal. But once again, is the glass half full or half empty? Because in that situation, do you have 90 more percent to go, or was you 90% away from your goal? So that's always something to think about when you're looking at motivating people that you are in a relationship with, and making sure that keeping their energy up, and making sure that there's a good exchange there, and that you're being supportive of what they're trying to do. And all of this will lead to motivating the person to where you need to be. In closing, just want to thank you for taking time out to listen to me on my opinion about relationships. I really appreciate it. Hope it touched home. Hope it motivated or gave you something else to think about. And if you had any, comments, questions regarding what I spoke about, my email is strato.entertainment@gmail.com. And just want to just let you know that, all things are working in your favor. And just wanted to let you know as well, the quote I like the most is, when you're down to nothing, God is up to something. And that author is unknown. And once again, thank you for visiting. And it'll be more to come. And have a blessed day, and be productive.